Hello traders and welcome to PL Capital's Market Review. Today is Wednesday, December 14th. It's just after 5 p.m. Central. I want to look at the US dollar, the euro, S&P, Nasdaq, oil and natural gas. So let's get started. Okay, so this is the US dollar looking at the 4-hour chart. And I see that we've got 5 waves now. This ending diagonal finally finished. Well, I shouldn't say it finally finished. It's either finished or it's in the process of finishing. They can still drip a little bit lower. So not until this level of 104.16.3, not until that level gets taken out, we can't confirm that this final fifth wave is done. You know, they can extend this fifth wave. I mean, I've seen all the criteria for three waves down for the fifth wave, but this piece right here, they can drip that lower. So definitely not the place to be shorting the dollar. I see this ABC now is either done or, they might drip a little bit lower. And then it's just a matter of, is that all the correction? Are we going back up to break this top? Or is this ABC just a W and then they'll give a bigger 3-wave correction before they head down one more time for a Y wave? But I wouldn't buy until we break this 104.16.3. That's a good confirmation that this whole structure coming down is done. And they'll at least give you a bigger correction for this whole thing if they're going to come back down one more time. So I just wait for that. If they want to drip lower, let them. But once they break that, then that's a good place to start looking to go long, at least for a medium trade up, correcting upwards. All right, I'm going to look at the euro. So basically the same thing. So on the euro, I see this. They made this running flat, so we got an A, a B, and then this whole thing here, I see 5 waves ending diagonal for the C wave. And just like the US dollar, it's just a matter of, is this the top? This 1.0694, is that the top? Or, they can still extend this higher. But once this low right here of 1.0621 gets taken out, that to me is the signal that this whole structure is done. And then just like the dollar, is this ABC just like going to be at the W wave and then they're going to come down, bigger correction here for an X before we go back up one more time for the Y wave and then eventually fall? So that remains to be seen. But so just like the dollar, not the best place to be buying this high up. I'd wait for a pullback if you're going to buy, but once this this low here gets taken out, then I think you can short the euro, at least for a bigger corrective trade. All right, on to S&P. So when CPI came out and it took out this high here, which I thought was going to be the high because of this diagonal coming down, the impulsive diagonal. I thought that was the start, and then they give a correction and then we'd be heading down, but instead they went up and broke that top. So now I see that diagonal was just part of this expanding flat. So they actually made an expanding flat here. So you got this is all leading diagonal. Here's A, B, diagonal down for C, and now up. Now it's just a matter of, are they done? So you got your A, your B, that could be the C, this 4180, that could be the top. To me, it almost looks like, you got like, 1, 2, and a 3. And so far we've got 1, 2, and 3 down. So it almost looks to me like they're creating an ending diagonal for the C wave. So, come up for 3, 4, and 5. if this low here, 39.97 gets taken out, then I feel that somehow that it was like an ending diagonal. And then we're, maybe they're creating like a leading diagonal for this initial move down. So keep an eye. If this low gets taken out, 39.97, then I'm looking for a lot more downside. But if the more they start pushing up in here, then I think they're creating an ending diagonal. And we want to look at the Nasdaq. This is getting really interesting. So they took out that previous high 12,257 with CPI, and that kind of changes things. I'm starting to look at this. I'm wondering if this is this is like a one, and this whole mess here is A. You got your three wave correction for B, and then this thing is a diagonal for a C, which means it's ugly. I'll give you that. But this would be 1, A, B, C down for 2, 3, come on, 4, 5, which then gives you impulse, correction, and up, and then it's just a matter of are they done? Because when I look at the Nasdaq, if that count is correct, this purple zone that I have is where I would like if they're creating a diagonal, and this was 1, 2, 3. So far we've got 3 waves, and it came right to the bottom of that zone that I had drawn, which could be 2, and then they're going up for 3, 4, and 5 of a diagonal. So that's why I'm starting to wonder if the S&P and the Nasdaq, if they're not done. So again, this 11,729 level is key. If that gets taken out, then I feel like this initial 3 wave is just the start of a diagonal going down. So far we've come up here, so if it comes up like in 3 waves here, and then this breaks, then I think that we've got a diagonal in play. And then that could be the start of the downside. But just keep an eye on that level. It's just ironic to me that it came right to the bottom of that zone, right where 2 would be. So this could be going up for 3, 4, and 5 still. Oh, I just want to mention tomorrow, 7:30 Central Time, retail sales. It'll move the market, but nothing like we've seen the last 2 days with CPI and FOMC. So just be aware at that time frame, markets will get a little choppy, but nothing like we saw. All right, on to oil. All right, so it's come into that zone that I've had drawn. And so far I see this all, it looks to me, I got 5 waves here, and then it came down, and now this is all still impulsive. So to me, it looks like they're extending this 5th wave, which is common for commodities, 5th wave extensions. So, somewhere up around here they'll be ending this impulsive wave up. Should give you some type of correction, and then one more wave up. And then it's just a matter of, is that all the correction, or is that like, an ABC for like, W, come down for an X, and then go back up one more time for a Y, and then head down? Because I still see this, that they have more down to go, for this C wave, because I've got 5, 3, 5, and I think that's 1. I think they're coming here for 2, and then going down for 3, 4, and 5 to finish off this C wave, the ending diagonal here. Natural gas. Before I get to this chart, if you trade natural gas, can you let me know in the comments? I'm just curious if there's anyone that trades natural gas or if I'm just wasting my time going over this chart. So just let me know if you traded or if you're just even interested in this chart. I appreciate that. Thank you. So we've got this impulse, and it came right into this zone that I was expecting to hold, and then they came up and just barely broke it. So we've got 3 waves up, and so now that is the only question is that a correction for this whole move down? And then they're coming back down one more time to break the low? I don't think so. So this area right here is really key. If this area holds, especially if this 6.337 level holds, then I think we're in for a monster move. So this will all be leading diagonal. That's one. We do have 3 waves today, so that could be 2, and then they'll be going up for 3, 4, and 5, so this could get very powerful here. So keep an eye on this area, how it reacts here. We got 3 waves down, and then it's just a matter of is that all the correction, or are they making a bigger correction, or is that the start of like a diagonal to go break this low? This could be 1, and then they'll come up for 2, and then come down for 3, 4, and 5. So this area down here is going to be really key. So basically tomorrow tomorrow the inventory numbers come out, so that'll definitely move the market. So I mean, the higher up they come up to this level, then I think they're making diagonal, and this thing's taking off like a rocket. Okay, that's all I've got, guys. Let me know if there's any questions. Thanks for watching. Talk to you guys later. Bye.